There's three keys to us going forward in my mind. First one is common sense. We got to get rid of some of the nonsense we've been doing since we had 700,000 people in our Air Force. We've got instructions that were written 20, 25 years ago that we're still following almost blindly. Now, we've still got a structure in place that thinks that wings support headquarters, which support the air staff. That's exactly wrong, by the way. The air staff's job is to support major commands, their job is to support numbered air forces, and their job is to support the wing. And by the way, wing staffs, your job is to support squadrons. We got to turn this back around. So common sense is going to be important to us. The other thing that we got to work on in the common sense arena is that we got to start thinking really hard about what our people are really frustrated by, where they're wasting their time, where they're wasting their energy. And you can't fix everything without resources, but there's lots of things you can affect. When we opened up the Every Dollar Counts campaign here not long ago, a lot of people thought it was a kind of a reincarnation of the IDEA program or any number of other names we give a program looking for better ways of doing business. The reality is we did it because I wanted to have the conversation I'm about to have with you. We did it for 30 days so we could cut it off and then say, okay, why did 11,000 airmen have to go to a website to throw out a good idea? Is it because their supervisors aren't listening to their good ideas? Is it because their commanders aren't allowing them to implement them? Is it because nobody asked them? Is it because they don't feel comfortable speaking up? I don't know the answers. But of the 11,000, I'm getting best than 80 to 85% of them are wing level and below suggestions. They're not huge Air Force things. A couple are, but most of them are not. And so all I'd like to tell you is that the chief and I are, I think, of a common mind on this. We're a little concerned that everybody has pulled decision-making up every level that they could, and now people at levels below that, whatever that level is, are afraid to make decisions. And I'm here to tell you, I trust the wing commander to make decisions affecting this wing. And I expect him to trust the group commanders, the squadron commanders, the flight commanders, the senior enlisted leaders, the command chief, and that chain to make decisions that affect our airmen and the mission. And I expect them to make the right decisions, and I'm going to give them full authority to do it. So if you're doing something that's wasting your people's time or wasting money, and it doesn't benefit the mission or benefit your people, then quit doing it. And just tell your supervisors you're going to quit. You'd be astonished how many things like that are out there. I could go into a long list if you're interested, but I'll save it. But there's lots of examples of this. Let me give you one simple one that started right here at Spang. Was anybody here when I came here as a USAFE commander several years ago at a commander's call? Remember, we had kind of the same conversation a little bit, and the first question was from a two-striper in the motor pool. And the two-striper said, hey, have you ever heard of the Form 1800? And I said, no, because I didn't know the form number, because I'd never looked at it. But the Form 1800 is the form that's in every vehicle in our Air Force, and it basically says every day, whoever's using that vehicle has to check the tire pressure, the water pressure, the brake fluid, you know, everything, which you guys always do, I know. The chief does. That form's been around since before I came in the Air Force. But nobody ever fills it out. Actually, that's not true. Somebody does, because everybody who runs a motor pool in the Air Force knows that nobody fills it out, especially if it's a you drive it vehicle and somebody's using it TDY. And so every night, somebody from the motor pool wanders around the base and finds all those vehicles and fills out that form. That happened to be the two-striper who asked me the question. So what do you think that guy thought about the United States Air Force? This is the dumbest place I've ever been. I don't blame him. So in USAFE, we decided the next day that we could still do that form. This is USAFE headquarters. I have no idea what really happened to Spangdahlem. We decided that we would do it for fire vehicles, for police cars, for weapons load vehicles, for things that you really should check every day. And the rest of it, just stop. And I called the Air Force A4 at the time, Lieutenant General Lauren Reno. I said, hey, we just quit using that form over here. Let me know if you have a problem with that. I haven't heard back yet. You can do that. We should do that at every level of this Air Force. If we want to get better, if we want to make it a place people like working, where they feel challenged, where they feel empowered to really use their full potential, that's where we need to go, guys. So common sense is the first key.